Hey guys, let's get into some quick questions we're getting from people about cold calls. As you know, I'm a master at cold calls. I'm not gonna lie, I like them and they work. So that's why we do them. And that's why we're training you on them today. And the first question I got is, what if I'm nervous to speak to strangers or business owners? Yeah, that's kind of the job, brother. You're gonna have to get uncomfortable. And I've said this to everybody I work with over the years, and especially sales guys, is you're gonna have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. Nothing comes from just being comfortable. Any great feat in life, you know, Sir Edmund Hillary, you name Michael Jordan, any of the greats, you know, they've had to get really uncomfortable at some point to, you know, reach the top. And that's what you need to do on sales as well. And my suggestion is practice. Get in front of the phone as much as you can and speak to business owners and practice and practice and practice. Which leads me on to my next question, you know, why do businesses keep turning me down and saying no? Well, that's probably your approach, but also, you know, the enthusiasm you're probably bringing on the phone is a bit low, or either what you're saying, they're not trusting, or you're umming and ahhing and you're not actually believing what you're saying yourself. Because the cold call really starts with you, and it really starts with, you know, you believing in what you're going in there and offering them, and maybe jotting 3 to 4 good things down that how you can help, whether it's to do with their website, their digital marketing, their, you know, how they're handling staff, recruiting staff. There's a number of areas that, you know, you can kind of, because of the internet, go in on and how we can help, and then drive those factors with some enthusiasm and with some articulation and not umming and ahhing, and right to the point in how you can help. That will get you the best result in terms of getting no's on the phone. You know, if you're going in there with value, it's very hard to say no. My next question is, how many calls do I have to make before I get a sale? Now, this is a really good question. Now, you should really be measuring the calls. So, you know, when you're starting off and you're practicing, you might find that it takes you 50 calls before you get a meeting. So as long as you're maybe having a little tally or writing down each call in a tally, and then when you get your meeting, figuring out, well, it took me 39 calls and then I got that meeting. So then on the next 39 calls, you're kind of expecting to get a meeting. But what tends to happen is it will get shorter and shorter and shorter. So after a while, you might do 15 calls and then 10 calls and get the meeting. And then if you're really good, you know, every second call, you're actually sparking interest. If you really start understanding what it is you're selling and the product knowledge behind it, then you just get better and better and better. Who should I be targeting? Great question on the cold call. The top, but obviously you have to be able to service the top. And the reason I say the top is if you go after, you know, the big fish, or, you know, the businesses that are doing well, you're going to attract and you're going to basically drive that. If you're going after businesses that are really struggling, you're probably not going to get a lot of money out of them, to be honest. So my suggestion of who I should target if you're getting on the cold calls will be somebody you can service, but not the bottom, all right? And when I say the bottom, I mean in terms of revenue and in terms of how long they've probably been around, and, you know, are they a good business to begin with, and do you really want to be working with these people if they're not? Because it's really, you know, do they pay on time? Does the customer really want to drive business and grow? These are the main questions you really need to be asking, because those are the people that will work with you long term, and actually, you know, you can actually help because they're in that mindset already of wanting to grow and thinking already about those things. So that would be my question of who I should be targeting, would be the top, and obviously to a certain degree of who you can service. If you're a one-man band and you're outsourcing everything and the work's not the greatest, you know, you probably want to be dialing it down a little bit, but also not be going after the bottom. So that would be my suggestion on who targeting if you're getting on the cold calls, and especially if you're starting out. How do I get past the gatekeeper? Good question. This is my this is where, like, the sales game comes to be quite fun. It's like a bit of a test. Can I get past this person? You know, I'm ringing a big fish. Can I actually get to the big fish and actually speak to the person that's gonna give me and write me that check? So my little pro tip on this is always trying to find the director's name. Now we have LinkedIn, we have Facebook, we have Hackers if you're wanting to get really down and dirty, which I'm not recommending, by the way. But no, in all seriousness, the best way is probably the company's office. You know, figuring out the business name. It's obviously out there on the internet, you've seen their website. Going to the company's office, you just Google that. Every country really has one, and New Zealand it's just called the company's office. And basically you'd input their name, for example, the Web Guys Limited, and you'd see the directors, under the directors tab, Sam Raines. And basically you'd want to be going in, hey Sam, how you going? I've got this to offer. But getting past that getting past the gatekeeper, you've found the guy's name, or the lady's name. You've gone on the company's office, you've gone search their name, and you've got their name now. And really what you want to do on that call, getting past the gatekeeper, is going in like you know the person. You don't want to be going in, hey, it's Sam here from the Web Guys, I'm going to sell you shit with a lot of enthusiasm. You probably just want to be going really straight and direct. Hey, is Jim there, please? And getting into Jim's phone, or getting through to Jim's phone like you know him. Because the gatekeeper on the end, her job or his job is to be making sure that Jim's time throughout the day is optimized and isn't wasting time. And how she's going to get a tick from Jim is by you not getting through, basically. So if you get through, the actual psychology is, wow, this guy must be good, getting past my great gatekeeper that I pay a lot of money to not bug me. And you build a lot of trust that way, because then they're really listening. You're the first person probably, if you can get through, that to actually talk to them about X, Y, Z, because everybody else hasn't had that skill set of getting past them or figuring out how to divert and getting around. And that's what I'm really good at, is just making it seem like, I'm friends with the guy, I just need to get him on the phone, it's something urgent. Oh, can I tell him what it's about? He knows what it's about, please put him on. I'm in a bit of a hurry, I'm in the car driving. Something to pull urgency behind why he needs to get on the phone quick. And if she doesn't get him on the phone quick, she could be in trouble, because this is a bit urgent. And then when he gets on the phone, hey Jim, it's Sammy from the Web Guys. Look, I usually don't cold call, but blah, blah, blah. I just noticed, your current provider is doing this wrong, or your landing page isn't optimized, or you don't even have landing pages for AdWords, whatever the in is, you've really then got to go direct in how you can help him. And then he might, book a meeting with you or redirect you to the person that actually can help you with that, like the marketing manager. But now it's coming from the top, and then the marketing manager will actually take what you're saying seriously and listen to her boss. So that would be my my long-winded and a few little pro tips in there on how to get past the gatekeeper. It's really important you do, and it's really important you practice doing that, and practice on as many companies as you can. Imagine you can rank, because there's unlimited out there.